Before you buy the Ere Perez Lychee Corrector, watch this honest review. I'm Britt, creator of the Style Shaker. I try out all these products and share my actually honest reviews over here. So you have a better idea of what to buy and what not to buy. I purchased this product. No one's paying me to say the following. This is not a sponsored placement. You all wanted to hear my honest take on this, and I'm going to tell you 5 things to be exact, and I will apply and show an up-close demo in this video as well. So you're going to get it all. 6 shades. I have shade Dose. This is $34, vegan, packaging is made with PCR, vitamin E, vitamin C, lychee, all inside. There is a coconut oil derivative in here. I don't know if that's gonna irritate people who can't tolerate coconut oil, but just check it out. I always like to flag that, just so you know. I'm going to remove what is currently on my face, and then I will be right back. So in terms of application, I found the consistency of this to be rich, still very easy to work with. There's a little bit of that glide and silkiness, which I really like. I find that to be very easy. My skin runs on the dry side. Under eye is not oily or dry, it's right in the middle. I just put way too much on my hand. There's that. So I just kind of pop it onto the inner corner and then the outer corner. Dose is more of a warm shade. The shade range doesn't have a ton of brights in it. You could try Uno. I think you get more brightening based off of that shade. It presses into the skin pretty easily. Sometimes it just depends on what my skin is doing that day. You know what I mean? Or I like to use something like this Fit Glow brush. It helps kind of, if it's a little too heavy, bring it to other areas of the face. Both of those options work. This is definitely faster with the brush. Overall, I think it's pretty easy. Not the easiest I've tried, but you can see with just one layer that there's been some really nice evening out and a little bit of lift and brightening. I'm gonna talk about the coverage next, but for application, it got a 4 out of 5 on the scorecard. Coverage, so the claim here is that it is a full coverage product. You can use it under eye, like I mentioned, and across the face for spot treatment. I actually really liked it for spot treatment. Usually I lean on the RMS on cover up for that. This, because I think also the shade worked for my skin, so I'm just gonna put that out there. They did a pretty good job. In terms of full to medium, I'm seeing strong medium. When I bring it into other areas of the face, again, I would still say it's a medium. It's a strong medium though. It does show up, as you can see. I will build on this side. It's just like a beautiful build. I think it's because it's rich but also has that slide to it. There's something about it. Lets it sort of melt in really nicely. You gotta be careful with the build, especially if under eye, because then we're gonna talk about creasing, but that's in a second. And the chin can be really tricky for covering up and evening out because it can look like there's something on there. This does a pretty good job of pressing in, evening out really nicely. See what I mean? Coverage was really good. I just don't think it was a totally full coverage product. It could just be the way I'm applying it. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 there. I thought about a 5. Creasing. So it says it is a super moisturizing, creaseless formula. I think brands need to maybe stop using that word because the reality is so many variables come into play when it comes into creasing. When it comes to creasing, now this one, by the way, reminds me so much of the typology, so I might do a battle against those two, possibly on shorts. Let me know if you want to see that. These two feel very similar. Anyway, that's an aside. This claim fell short for me. Like right now I'm starting to see subtle creasing, so I've really gotten to the point where if it's on the face, I'm not gonna see any creasing. Skin looks like skin, a very natural, nice finish. But if it's under the eye, just because of the nature of the skin under the eye for my eyes, and a lot of you can probably relate to this, I would imagine. I like to set it, so I have the Ilia setting powder here. You can use whichever one you really like. These little triangle pads, they are glorious. Just get a little powder on there and I make sure I wipe a lot of it off. A lot of people are like very anti putting powder on mature faces under the eye. I haven't had problems. I totally see how it could be an issue, but this is what works for me, so I'm just gonna share. Just press it without popping my eyeball out of my head. Sometimes I just do it with my finger. This is a little bit easier and I find the finish to be a bit better. The other thing that drives me nuts is when anything under the eye starts to look oily or shiny. I feel like it just really drags down the face, and this guy don't like that at all. It's sort of like a weird pet peeve of mine. So this prevents that from happening. And yes, it's gonna look like powder for a second. You can just press on top, wipe, just like play with whatever works for your face. If they hadn't have said it was supposed to be creaseless, I probably wouldn't have dinged it so much, but it got a 2 out of 5 because when you say creaseless, I'm gonna test creaseless, and that did not happen here. When I apply powder like this, I see very limited creasing. It depends on the day, but you know, if it's humid outside or something, or if I'm out and about, then I don't see half as much as when I do. It does not crease as badly as some of the other products that I've tried, the doe foot concealers, some with the silicones in them, those tend to just like crease quickly. And then the last question, which on quick mini reviews sometimes is neglected, but we kind of want to know how it's going to wear. So I talked a little bit about this. Overall for the wear test, it did okay. I think if I had an infused powder, it would look like a mess by the end of the day. Truly, I don't think it would work under the eye. On the face, it would be great. It stuck around, evened out, did its thing, didn't slide or budge or create texture. There also wasn't a long wearing claim here, so I tend to be a little bit more lenient if the brand's not saying that, but it is the expectation that you put this on and it's not just gonna like evaporate by the end of the day. For wear test, I gave it a 3 out of 5, which brings the total score to 13 out of 20 on the scorecard. Coverage, really strong. I wouldn't say full. Creaseless, no. Multitasking, yes. Is it gonna be a favorite in Britt's picks? It's a TBD. I haven't been reaching for it as much as I thought I would. I don't know why. The same thing happened with the foundation, and now I love their foundation. But what do you think? Do you think it's gonna be a favorite? Have you tried it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Put your honest reviews here too in comments, little quick blurbs, and share your skin type, texture, things like that, just to provide context, because what I think is just one person's point of view, obviously, so I love having other points of view on the channel. Today, hope you found this helpful. That's the whole point of this. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. I will see you right back here real soon. Until then, bye.